I'm Michael Freudenberg and this is Film Masters. On this episode, we're going to be having a look at the Glitcher pack, which is a free downloadable pack, which is located in the description area of this video. And we're going to be using the Glitcher pack in order to make a teaser poster in Adobe's Photoshop. And it's going to look like this. So we're going to be jumping straight into Adobe's Photoshop now, and we're going to be making the Ghost in the Shell teaser trailer poster. So let's get straight into the tutorial. Now, the Glitcher pack is a free download effects kit that you can use in Adobe After Effects, Photoshop, Premiere Pro, HitFilm, and any other image manipulating software. Now we're going to be making a teaser poster for Ghost in the Shell. The image that I'm using at the moment is below in the description area, and you can download this very image and follow along in the tutorial. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be applying a glitch to this image, and then we're going to be using some of the science fiction glitches that come along with the Glitcher pack. So first of all, I'm going to go into the Glitcher pack, which is the download pack, and I'm going to have a look in here. Now in the video in the description area below, it goes through everything that's in the Glitcher pack and how to use it. However, it doesn't go into depth into how we use it in Adobe's Photoshop, which is what we're doing at the moment. So first of all, let's find a distortion map. So I'm going to open that up, and we're going to look for an image in here that we're going to use for a distortion. Now there's many different distortions that you can use. You don't have to use the one I'm using in this tutorial. You can choose many of the others if you want to make your own unique look. But I'm going to use distortion 53. So I'm going to open that up first of all. Now, whenever we're using distortion maps in Photoshop, we need to make sure it's a PSD file. Now, these files are all JPEG files, so the very first step that we're going to do is go File, Save As, and I'm going to save it as a PSD file. So let's go up to Photoshop PSD and just select Save. Now, when I save this as a PSD file, it means that as I'm using them further on with other projects, if I keep them in that folder, it just simply means I'm going to have not only the JPEG version for when I'm using them in video editing programs, but also the fact that the PSD will be there ready to go with Adobe Photoshop. So I'm going to select Save, and I'm just going to shut that down. We no longer need that. Now what we need to do to make a distortion to this image, I'm just going to go up to Filter, Distort, and I'm going to select Displacement. So once I've opened up the displacement mat, it's going to show the horizontal scale, the vertical scale, the stretch to fit, and the repeat edge pixels. Now make sure that you select repeat edge pixels. If you select wraparound, it'll actually distort the image on the edges, and we don't want that. We also do not want to select tile. You can try it if you'd like, if you want to have a different look, but I'm going to leave it as the default 10 by 10. With the stretch to fit and the repeater edge pixels selected, and then select OK. Once we've selected OK, we're going to then go and find the distortion map that we just saved as a PSD file. Now we've got distortion 53 saved here, and I'm going to select it and select OK. And when we've done that, you'll notice the first thing it's done is it's put the distortion onto the image. So that is how you distort an image in Photoshop using the Glitcher pack. Now the next thing we're going to do is we're now going to put some different effects on there just to modernize the image itself. So we're going to go up to File, Open, and I'm going to go out of the distortion maps, and I'm going to go to the Glitcher effect templates and select Open. Now when we do that and have a look in there, we can see all the different types of Glitcher distortions that we can use out of the Glitcher pack. Now there's many different science fiction-y type of images that I've put together using Photoshop, allowing you to put these glitches onto your image. It speeds up your workflow and allows you to get a professional end result from the image that you're putting together. So it's just a matter of looking at what we want to apply. So I might select Ghost Glitch 6 and select Open. Now, once we've done that, we've got the 4K resolution of the image. Now, the reason they were built in 4K is going to give you more room to play around in on a larger image or any smaller image. And also the reason they'll put together as 4K is so that when you're working with 4K video, you can use them in those video productions as well. Now, I'm just going to use the marquee tool to select the image, then press Ctrl C to copy, or I can go up to Edit, Copy, And then I'm going to come back to the original image that we've got the glitches on and press Ctrl V to paste. Otherwise, edit and paste will bring that image in. Now I'm going to transform the layer and shrink it down so it fits. So I'm going to go to edit, transform, and select scale. Holding the shift button down, I'm going to drag the image and resize it. And when I'm happy with it, I'm going to select enter. The next thing I'm going to do is make sure that layer is selected and come down to the transform mode and change it to screen. First thing you can see, it's already applied it, and already you can see it's got a nice transparency that's already been applied to the image. So I'm going to press V on the keyboard or come up to the move tool, and I'm going to move it around and put it into place until I'm happy with it. So I'm going to shrink this down a little bit more. So Ctrl T to resize it. I can also rotate the image. So just moving it around at the moment and finding a location to see what it looks like. I'm happy with putting it there, so I'm going to press enter. So already we've put a nice glitch effect to modernize it and make it look really science fiction-y. Now let's just hide that image, and we're going to have a look at another one now, because there's different variations of these glitches in the glitcher pack that you can use. So again, I'm going to go up to File, Open. I'm going to find something different. I might come down and select Ghost Glitch number 52 and select Open. I'm going to use the same feature of the marquee tool to select the image, Control C to copy it, then come in here and Control V to paste it, Control T to resize the image. Now there's shortcuts that I'm using. And I'm just going to rotate it. Now the good thing about having 4K images is that you've got so much extra space on the image itself that what it means is that you can actually move it around and have a different look. I'm going to press enter on that. I'm going to come down and change the screen mode to screen. And this is a different look altogether. So as you can see, it's another science fiction-y look using the glitcher tool. But I'm going to hide that. I'm going to use the original one that we put there first of all. I'm just going to move that into place till I'm happy with it. I'm happy with where it is right now, and now we're going to make some text. Let's come over to the text tool now. We're going to make sure that the color is pure white and select OK. And then I'm going to draw a marquee where I want the text to be. And then up here, I'm going to write Scarlett Johansson. So what I'm going to do first of all, I'm going to just adjust the size of the text. I'm going to bring it down to say 30. And then I'm going to write Scarlett, S-C-A-R-L-E-T-T, space, Johansson, J-O-H-A-N-S-S-O-N. And then I'm going to select the move tool, which will then allow me to move the text to where I want to place it. So now we've got Scarlett Johansson in there. The next thing we're going to do is come down and we're going to write Ghost in the shell, including the little triangle with the in the middle of it. Now, one thing you'll notice is I'm using over here is called Gill Sans. Now, Gill Sans is a very accurate font and is very close to what is used in the actual teaser trailer. So make sure that you select Gill Sans MT. It comes standard with Adobe's Photoshop. Next thing I'm going to do is going to come and press the text tool again, come down the bottom, draw a marquee, and I'm going to select the sizing for this one to be 60, and I'm just going to write Ghost, and then select the move tool. Now I'm just going to move that off to the left a little bit, and I'm going to select the text tool again, draw another marquee where I want the text to fall, and write Shell, selecting the move tool, and I'm just going to move that into place. Now once we've done that, we're going to make the triangle. Now I'm going to show you a little shortcut on how to make a triangle in Photoshop. I'm just going to come over here and select the rectangle tool. I'm going to make sure that the width is 10. I'm going to make sure it's a continuous line, and that's selected. I'm also going to make sure that the fill has got a red line through it so that it's not going to have a fill in it. And I'm going to make sure that the color is selected white. I'm then going to hold the shift key down and draw a square and let it go. And as you can see, the first thing it's done is it's made a nice thick white line with nothing in the center of it. And that's because we've got the line through the fill, so it won't put any color in the middle of it. The next thing we need to do is we need to make sure that we can edit this image. At the moment, you'll see over the right-hand side, it hasn't been rasterized, so that means that we can't actually do anything with the image at the moment, except for move it around. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come up to Layer, and I'm going to select Rasterize and select Shape. And when I've done that, you'll notice the first thing it's done is it allows me to now make edits and changes to that shape. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to press Ctrl T so I can rotate it and hold the Shift button down so that it will line up perfectly. And then I'm going to select Enter. And then I'm going to come up to the marquee tool and I'm going to draw a marquee from the very tip. Before I do, I might just zoom in so you can see what I'm doing. So I'm going to select the marquee tool right on the tip there and drag it down and across so it covers straight line all the way through and covers the bottom of the square. I'm now going to press delete. Once we've done that, I'm going to right click and select deselect to remove the marquee. So now we've got a basic pyramid shape. So we're going to make some adjustments to this now. I'm just going to press Z and hold the Alt down to zoom out of the image. Then come up to the move tool and bring the triangle down. So we still need to make some adjustments. So let's press Ctrl T to allow us to make some transforms to the image itself, to allow us to readjust the size and the width of the image. And I'm going to drag the corners in, bring it down, and then I'm going to just drag it down a little bit and move it into position and just make some finer adjustments until I'm happy with it. Once I am, I'm going to select Enter on my keyboard and that will then fix the image in. I'm going to press Z now and just zoom in to the image. And we're going to draw a line now and fill in the bottom of the triangle. Now to do that, I'm going to come down to the right hand side on my layer window and select create a new layer. And I'm going to use that layer to draw the line on. Now the reason I do that is because if I make a mistake, I don't have to go back and restart again or use the history window in order to change it. So I'm going to come up to the marquee tool now and select the marquee tool. I'm just going to draw a long line around the same width. And once I'm happy with that, I'm then going to come over to the paint bucket tool, make sure that white, pure white is selected, and then fill that marquee in. Once I've done that, I'm going to select M on my keyboard, which is the marquee tool quick shortcut, and select right and deselect. Now we're going to trim around the triangle. I'm going to come up here and I'm going to use the Polygonal Lasso tool. So I'm going to select that. Now the one I've selected is the one in the center. And the reason for that is because it draws a straight line. So I'm going to come up to the point and select it. And then you'll see that there's a straight line. And I'm going to come all the way down, making sure that it is in line with the side of the triangle. And then go around where I want to cut out, double select so it joins, select delete, and it's trimmed that first corner. And we're going to do the same on the other side of the triangle. Once that's done, I'm going to select the triangle layer, which is the one down here, and the new layer that we just created with the line on it. I'm going to select both of them, holding the shift button down to select them both. And then I'm going to come up to layer and merge layers. Once I've done that, you'll see it's joined it together. I'm just going to double select in there and call it triangle or try. I'm going to press Z and zoom out. So this is what we've got so far. The last thing we need to do is put in there to finish off this project. So let's go up to the text tool and I'm just going to draw a marquee in there. I'm going to shrink down the size of the text. So I'm going to come up here and drop it down to say 10 for the time being and write in, enter, the. And then I'm going to highlight it and I'm going to readjust the size until I'm happy with the size I've got. So I've got an 18, select the move tool, move it into position, zoom out. So we've just finished the teaser poster. I've made the logo down the bottom, Ghost in the Shell, using Jill Sands MT. We've also got Scarlett Johansson's name up the very top, but most importantly, we've used the Glitcher download pack in order to glitch our image and apply some science fiction transitions to it. So now that we've done the image, all we need to do is go up to File, Save As, find a location where you want to put the file. I'm just going to call it Ghost in the Shell V1 for version 1. I'm going to save it as a Photoshop file. Reason that is because later on, if I want to come in there and make some alterations, I can. Again, you can save it as a JPEG if you want to save that image out and share it. So once we've done that, select Save, and it's saved the image file. So that is how we do the tutorial on how to make a teaser poster using the Glitcher pack, put glitches in there and some science fiction flair for the new movie Ghost in the Shell. And that is how we use the Glitcher pack in Adobe's Photoshop. If you want to become a Filmmaster subby, it's fairly simple. Subscribe to the channel. You can like us on Facebook and or on Twitter. And until next time, don't just film it, master it.